Okay, so I decided to not stream, but instead just record this. Um, because this is fucking ridiculous that it keeps stopping my stream. I'll have to try to look into that at some point, but we're not going about that right now. We're going to go ahead and prepare for this shit. Okay. So, low roll into low roll does not put Mighty enough into enough range to get healed by a it's like if I low roll, high roll, shockwave, then that will be enough to kill me. That's like just barely over 100. So we do a um yeah, we do a berry juice on my Vienna in that case, because that will make sure that we'll stay alive even if the worst case scenario happens. Let's see how the damage looks from fight and such. I can't spell apparently. Fight almost 2-hit KOs. Very low chance too. Right, body slam is even less. And dig is much closer to being a 2-hit KO. Okay. So we can dig twice. And that should be, I think, enough for the Raichu. So, and that's including me switching it in. So we've got that taken care of. The Hisui, why does it say Porygon? Okay, the Hisui Electrode. Honestly, I think I need Signal for that. So come back over here and do Piloswine. Which at the very least I have Ancient Power actually, so I can calc with that. Lax. Plus defense minus special defense, that's fine. Ooh, that's like... yeah, okay. Special attack's really low on him, that's okay. Alright. Honestly, those are kind of fine. Alright, so... Ancient Power is not a full 2-hit KO, but Signal Beam is not a big threat. And the defense is also its weaker level. So yeah, so no. This one handles this, so... now we gotta look at... so we Electrode, Numel as... nothing. And again, we know from what I was looking at, Numel is kind of a baller. Kind of a beast. I gotta put his nature in. Impish. It is minus special attack, so the main attack we'll be using on this thing is going to be lower, and our special attack is also just lower as well. Like, almost as low as it realistically can be. But everything else about us is really good. Self-destruct is a one-hit KO. But I don't think it's gonna go. It would go for it right away. How much is Flame Wheel? Not enough. Okay. The Electrode is usually like the biggest problem. But I don't really think there's anything else that I could use that would, like, fuck this thing up. I'm gonna swap out Signal just for a set, level up Beedrill, and kind of run a couple numbers. Again, there's no realistic way this thing does any fucking thing, but... Let's get Knockoff, or whatever that's worth. Knocking off Berry Juice actually isn't too bad. Okay. I didn't know Beedrill actually had that high of a special defense stat. That's awesome to see. That makes me feel slightly better, actually, about this. Careful Nature. Minus special attack plus special defense, actually. So, and in fact, its special defense should even be better than what it is. Okay. 4, 4, 15, 15, too high. 1, 0 is fine, actually. 61. Dang, wait, 7's too high? Okay. Okay, our speed is actually almost maxed. Okay. But yeah, Self-Destruct deals a ton of damage. Shockwave doesn't actually deal too much. Knockoff, I know, isn't going to do, like, hardly anything. These are, like, the... So Sludge is actually a 2-hit KO. Wow. But I'm sure if I Sludge him, then he'll likely... Wait. Leech Life in the Sludge actually just KOs. So... I think we are bringing Beedrill. Alright, so we've got... Volbeat down, we've got Raichu down, and we've got this down. I feel like the rest of our team should be fine enough to handle this. I will give you a Cherry Berry. So I guess the question is, at this point, would I rather have Lupin, Southland, or, not what the hell is this thing's name? Signal. Alright, let's see what their stats look like. Alright. 71-35, 73-37, 70-27. 40-27, 38-25. I don't think this is outspeeding anything anyways. That I'm not... I guess... It speeds Metang. But it's way weaker defensively than the others, so... I think, yeah, Barboach will just have to sit this one out. If you could have evolved, you would have been, like, the best Pokemon in the game. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here, since y'all don't really necessarily need to see that at this point. I can have the battle going. Yeah, this will just be its own separate video, I guess, because I can't fucking live stream to save my fucking life. But now you guys get to kind of see the things I do when I am planning for fights when it is off stream. Alright, so we've got Volbeat lead, which we have decided Sherlock is going to be the handler of. We might even be able to get an Ancient Power boost, which would be cool. And after this fight, I'm just going to end it. Like the video. I'm not going to do anything after. I want to try to have most of this actually on stream. Alright, Ancient Power. Tail Glow increases special attack. It cannot hit me with its only special move, being Shockwave. So Signal Beam is going to be its only other move it can use. Signal Beam is just neutral against us, but we have a decent defense. AP boost? Let's go! I don't think this makes us faster though, but it means that we can stay in and do a lot. Metang. Yeah. Watch out for the cord. Okay, Earth Power just probably KOs this after the boost. So my stream was crashing a lot earlier. So I plugged in, and then it was able to stream for almost 2 hours fine, and then it crashed again. So I'm just like recording this, and so this will be the first part that's not live, but being recorded. Yeah. I was gonna end it after this fight anyways, so it's not like the end of the world. Okay. This has Magical Leaf. We have a boost, so we're gonna. I see one. Damn, this thing's so fast. Am I faster after that? Yeah, I have an Ancient Power boost. I don't even think it KOs. We go for it. Oh, wow. We live crit. We live crit. I'm just glad he didn't blow up. I think that might have killed. Alright, well, we're not gonna risk it. Unless... That means that we go for Ancient Power to get another boost, hopefully. This isn't even what I had planned for this fight. Sherlock was mostly just there to beat the Volbeat. He's just kind of sweeping, though. They swapped out the Volbeat into Metang after I'd gotten the first boost. Alright, all that's left is Porygon, and Alolan Raichu. That simple. Yeah, like I don't even know what, like I spent. I want you to know, like before you came in, right before like I had started, right after I started the fight, I was like 10 minutes in. Yeah, I spent like 10 minutes plus the whatever little bit was into the stream planning this fight, just for Sherlock to carry. I almost didn't go pick up the encounter, but I was like, I might get a ground type, so. Plus, he has thick fat, so he might actually be okay for Flannery's gym. Deathless Wattson. I almost had death with Brawly. Gyarados, because I can never bring Gyarados past Brawly. They always die on Brawly. Granted, I mean, he's got like 2 Pokemon with like Thunder Punch and an Elekid, but I bring it because Intimidate's really good, and that it was like a sliver of health left. It should have been a KO.